Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
First of all, we give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of the Great Millstone who teach us and they rule well through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And salutations, peace, love, and blessings to all you members of the Hopeful Elect, man, who sincerely seeking the Lord, hastening the day that He comes and deliver us while destroying our enemies. We're the brothers from Great Millstone, Miami. I'm the brother Ramak.
And the brother lawyer.
Yeah, and the topic of this video is the Lord is going to defend us. In these last times, Esau is going to come in. He's going to come after us. We're going to be persecuted, but we will be defended. It says, the same Bible that says we're going to be persecuted, the same Bible says we're going to be defended. So here's Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and His glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. So it says, when He comes in like a flood, not after. It says, when He comes in like a flood, the Lord is going to lift up a standard against him. And that's going to be the defense that the Lord is going to have for us, man. The Lord is going to give His men spiritual power. He's going to have the angels encompassed around us, stopping bullets, you know. The Lord's going to set up, you know, plagues and natural disasters to knock Esau off of pivot, you know. And Esau is already off of pivot, you know. But the Lord is with us. He's not with them. And the Lord's going to show the world, you know.
God, this is Psalm chapter 91, verse 7. It says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone, man. Okay, so the judgment and destruction that's coming, Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, and the ultimate destruction, the Lord is going to have His angels upon us, man, to deliver us and to protect us. All right, we're going to see death on every side, but we're going to be delivered from that time, man.
That's right.
That's right.
Okay? That got to be fulfilled, man.
You know? Verse 13, thou shalt tread the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample underfoot, man. And that's talking about Esau and these other nations, man, these heathens, man. The Lord's going to give us the power to tread them down, man.
Right.
Okay? Because He hath set His love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and shew him my salvation. Okay, because we have set our love upon the Lord, man. So you keep pushing the word, you keep seeking the Lord Lord's going to deliver you in the times of trouble, man.
That's right.
Okay, He's going to set us on high so that we won't have to deal with the judgment that these other niggas and these heathens going to have to deal with. Right, you know?
All right, that's who the judgment is for those who don't seek Him, those who don't love Him, you know. For those of us who fear Him, He will not forsake, man. That's the point, man. We in this truth, serving and seeking Yahweh Basham Yam Shah, fearing His wrath, so that when the wrath comes, we be pardoned. His book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, and this is the word of His patience, these scriptures, the walking in this truth, man, the doctrine putting off the old man. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And that hour of temptation is when the mark of the beast chip is fully enforced, man. There's going to be no food in the stores. But the Lord said, since you have kept the word of my patience, He's going to keep us from the hour of temptation. And we know that word right there, kept and keep, is terio, which means the Lord's going to attend to us carefully. Because we've been attending to this word carefully, being sincere, really trying to get the understanding, man. Being in order, man. You know, being diligent to give our calling and election sure. The Lord is surely going to attend to us carefully. You know, why He fucking up everybody else? The Lord said 1,000 gonna fall at that side and 10,000 at that right side, but the Lord's accuracy is spot on. He gonna make sure that you good, and everything else around you is straight up slaughter and blood.
Right.
You know.
Only with thine eyes shall the behold and see the reward of the wicked, man. That's right.
Could you bring out Psalm 16 and 1, Bubba Kasha?
Psalm 16 and 1. You got it, bro.
Right here, Psalm chapter 16, verse 1. Hey, it's a prayer. from David. Preserve me, O power, for in thee do I put my trust. And that's the spirit that we in. That's how we pray. We seeing the times coming more and more. We know Esau about to come in as a flood. He's about to persecute. Praying to the Lord to preserve us, to deliver us. Have mercy upon us. Let me see if there's more to that. Verse 2, O my soul, thou hast said unto the Lord, thou art my Lord. My goodness extended not to thee, but to the saints that are in the earth, and to the excellent, in whom is all my delight. Their sorrows shall be multiplied that hasten after another God.
Their sorrows,
right?
Not ours. They hasten after another God.
Right. They about to celebrate Christmas.
Right.
So who the Lord with? Them or us who really serving and seeking Him?
Or it's with us.
Their sorrow shall be multiplied that hasten after another God. Their drink offerings of blood will I not offer, nor take up their names into my lips. The Lord is a portion of mine inheritance and of my cup. Thou maintainest my lot. The Lord is our portion, man, and He gonna and He gonna be our portion in that day. We gonna eat, drink, and rejoice.
This is Job chapter 5, verse 17. This is Job 5 and 15. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. So the poor hath hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. Behold, happy is the man whom the Lord correcteth. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. For he maketh sore and bindeth up, he woundeth, and his hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine shall he redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. Okay, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth. Okay, so the Lord's chastening us now so that we won't have to be judged with the world,
That's right.
So that's why we ought not to despise the chastening of the Almighty, man, because the Lord is making us acceptable men. He's refining us, all right, so that when that hour of temptation comes, man, we return to the Lord. Prior to that time, man, He gonna take care of us, man.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna be able to laugh at destruction and famine, because the Lord's gonna make us eat and drink, man.
That's
He gonna protect us. He gonna keep us away, man, from all the evils that's at hand. All right, and that's why we have hope, man.
That's
because
right.
the Lord said He's gonna deliver us, man. Sirach chapter 2, verse 7. It says, "Ye that fear the Lord, wait for His mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe in Him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in His fear and was forsaken? Or whom did He ever despise that called upon Him? For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction."
That's right.
Okay, so the Lord's going to save us in time of affliction, man.
All right.
Right? And so you go to Jeremiah and you read how the Lord's going to bring Jacob's trouble, but it says that he shall be saved out of it.
That's right.
Okay, Jeremiah 30.
In the same verse.
Right. Jeremiah 30 and 7, right? It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. But he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off his neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of it." Okay, so we're going to be all right, man.
That's right. We come out here on these streets and we talk about the destruction that the Lord is bringing, but we can't talk about the destruction without the salvation. Is that we call upon the names of Yahweh. He is by Hashem Yahweh Shai. He delivers, man. So the Lord's going to deliver us from the destruction that's to come.
Amos 9 and 8 as well. Lord gonna keep house of Jacob. The house of Jacob.
That's right. Not the least grain shall
upon the earth.
That's right.
Not the least.
Right. But here's 2 Ezra chapter 2, verse 26. As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Verse 27. Right. None of the service of the Lord is going to perish. Because ultimately we all going to be lifted up in the chair. We all going to rise and be lifted up into the chair and meet the Heavenly Father in the air. Yahweh Shai. Verse 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. Right. When the day of trouble and heaviness, the day of Jacob's trouble comes, and people out here starving and they welling, and their God's not delivering them, our power is going to be with us. We shall be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, says the Lord. Right. My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. So these heathens gonna envy us. Esau gonna come in as a flood, but they gonna be able to do nothing against us, man, because we are in the hands of the Lord. That's what it is, man. And whatever we got to go through, whatever trial that we got to go through, that's from the Lord, you know. But the Lord is with us. We gonna be merry and have abundance, man.
Yeah, we're going to my servant shall eat and drink and rejoice. Isaiah 65, man. What's the Lord's Prayer, man? Right? Luke chapter 11. Right? It says in verse 1, and it came to pass that as he was praying in a certain place, when he ceased, one of his disciples said unto him, Lord, teach us to pray, as John also taught his disciples. And he said unto them, when ye pray, say, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so on earth. Give us day by day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, for we also forgive everyone that is indebted to us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
That's right.
That's the Lord's Prayer.
That's right. And you pray that believing, because anything that you do without faith is sin. So you got to pray that and believe the Lord is going to deliver you. You got to believe in Job chapter 5, man, that the Lord is going to deliver us from all those troubles. You got to believe that you're going to laugh at calamity, man. You got to believe that you're going to be merry and have abundance. That's what we're doing the work for, man. Here's Psalms chapter 27, verse 1. The Lord, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, is my light and my salvation. Is my light in my salvation. This is a time of salvation, man, not a time of woe unto us. No, man. In my salvation, whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? We ain't fearing Esau, Edom.
That's right.
We see him making his moves blatant too. Blatant, you know. Whatever. We're gonna be out here till the Lord say the famine of the word come. And when you come up against us, the Lord gonna give us spiritual power. You're gonna have the angels encompass around us. Y'all gonna be getting plagued. That's how this movie is gonna play out, according to this script, not Esau's script. You know? Verse 2, when the wicked, even my enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. You know? Though a host shall encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war shall rise against me, in this will I be confident. Right. You gotta be confident in this word, man. Be confident that the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is with us. That's it. He's with us every day. He was with you yesterday. He's been with you today. You know? Gave you this truth. Started this great work in you. You can be confident that He's gonna finish it. You know?
All right, this is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 6. And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overflow, or with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. And delivered just Lot with the vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, for that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations.
That's right.
And to deliver and to preserve the unjust to the day of judgment to be punished. Okay, so the Lord know how to deliver the godly and the just out of temptation, man.
That's right.
Okay, that's what's coming, the hour of temptation. The Lord's going to deliver us from that, man. But the unjust and the ungodly, the impure, all right, the unclean, they're going to be delivered unto destruction, man.
Right.
Okay? That's it, man.
That's it. Lord to give every man reward. Good reward, bad reward. You've been seeking them? No.
Right. And the scripture say, my servant shall eat, shall rejoice, shall sing, shall drink, and for joy of heart. All right, and ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit, man. And that's the prophecies, man. That's what the scriptures say, man. Okay, it's in there. It's in the Bible. Okay, so with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and citations to all the Akim out there pushing the word of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash, in truth and sincerity. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, brought them to you all, and with that, we say shalom. Shalom.